Prime Minister Tariq Rahman inaugurates monthly honorarium scheme for imams, muezzins and khadims of mosques and heads and assistant heads of other religious institutions across country. Government already starts implementing election pledges gradually, says Prime Minister. First meeting of Business Advisory Committee of 13th Jatiya সংসদ held first session to continue till April 30. BNP wants to bring back revenge rather than revenge justice to be ensured through law, no crime to go unpublished, says Information and Broadcasting Minister Zahir Uddin Chapon. City residents start leaving Dhaka to celebrate Eid with near and dear ones. Crowd of passengers at railway station, most public transport departing on time. With Eid around the corner, markets and shopping malls in the capital crowded with shoppers, trading continues until late at night. $2,500 US ground troops depart to participate in Iran war accompanied by amphibious warships. Joint US-Israeli attacks on Iran continue. Iran is also retaliating. And in Mirpur, Bangladesh will face Pakistan in third and final match of ODI series tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to News at 10. I'm Urbi Islam with you tonight. You just heard the headlines. Now, moving on to the details. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman inaugurated a government program to provide monthly honorariums to heads and assistants of different religious institutions of all faiths across the country. The Premier opened the program by pressing the button of IBA system to send the honorariums to the bank accounts of respective imams, muezzins and khadims of mosques and heads and assistant heads of other religious institutions through EFT system under a pilot scheme at a function at the Osmani Memorial Auditorium this morning. Earlier, the Prime Minister also distributed the checks for the honorarium among imams, muezzins and khadims of mosques and heads and assistant heads of other religious institutions. In the first phase of the pilot scheme, one mosque from each union and municipality has been selected, totaling 4,908 mosques, while 4 other places of worship, 2 temples from each upazila have been selected, totaling 990 temples. Besides, as there are Buddhist monasteries in 72 upazilas, 2 from each upazila have been selected, totaling 144 Buddhist monasteries, while likewise since charters exist in 198 upazilas, 2 from each have been chosen, totaling 396 charters under the program. Highlighting Bangladesh's long-standing tradition of communal harmony, Prime Minister Tariq Rahman stressed on collective efforts to build a safe and peaceful country for all. Tariq Rahman also encouraged religious leaders to engage in economic and social activities alongside their religious responsibilities and assured them that the government would extend full support for such initiatives, noting that the government wants to build the country on a strong foundation by ensuring the political and economic empowerment of every citizen, he said.
আপনারা দেখেছেন অর্থনৈতিকভাবে পিছিয়ে পড়া নারী সমাজের জন্য আমরা ইতিমধ্যেই ফ্যামিলি কার্ড চালু করেছি। পর্যায়ক্রমিকভাবে এই কার্ড সারা বাংলাদেশে 4 কোটি পরিবারের নারী প্রধান তারা প্রত্যেকে ইনশাআল্লাহ পাবেন। আগামী 14 এপ্রিল তথা 1 বৈশাখ থেকে আমরা ইনশাআল্লাহ ফার্মার্স কার্ড বা কৃষক কার্ডের পাইলট প্রজেক্ট চালু করব। ইনশাআল্লাহ আগামী 16 মার্চ দিনাজপুর থেকে শুরু হচ্ছে আমাদের খাল খনন কর্মসূচি। আজ থেকে খতিব, ইমাম, মুয়াজ্জিম এবং অন্য ধর্মের ধর্মীয় গুরুদের জন্য আর্থিক সহায়তা বা সম্মানী কর্মসূচির পাইলট প্রজেক্ট চালু হলো। দেশের প্রতিটি নাগরিকের রাজনৈতিক এবং অর্থনৈতিক ক্ষমতায়ন নিশ্চিত করার মাধ্যমে আমরা আমাদের দেশকে একটি শক্তিশালী ভিত্তির উপরে প্রতিষ্ঠিত করতে চাই, যাতে করে আর কোনো ফ্যাসিবাদ কিংবা তাদের তাবেদার অপশক্তি মানুষের স্বাধীনতা কেড়ে নিতে না পারে, কথা বলার অধিকার কেড়ে নিতে না পারে। আমি একজন রাজনৈতিক কর্মী হিসেবে দৃঢ়ভাবে বিশ্বাস করি যে দেশের নাগরিকদেরকে যদি দুর্বল করে রাখা হয় তাহলে রাষ্ট্র কখনোই শক্তিশালী হতে পারে না। নাগরিক হিসেবে আমরা যদি যে যার অবস্থান থেকে রাষ্ট্র এবং সমাজের প্রতি যার যার সঠিক দায়িত্বটি পালন করি, আমি এই দেশের নাগরিক হিসাবে, একজন রাজনৈতিক কর্মী হিসাবে দৃঢ়ভাবে বিশ্বাস করে ইনশাআল্লাহ দ্রুততম সময়ের ভিতরে আমরা রাজনৈতিকভাবে এবং অর্থনৈতিকভাবে একটি সুন্দর, স্বনির্ভর, আমাদের প্রত্যাশিত বাংলাদেশ গড়ার কাজে এগিয়ে নিয়ে যেতে পারব। ধর্মীয় বিধিবিধানের আলোকেই আপনারা আপনাদের শিক্ষা, দীক্ষা ও যোগ্যতা এবং অভিজ্ঞতাকে কিভাবে আরো বেশি করে দেশ এবং জনগণের কল্যাণের প্রয়োগ করতে পারেন সেই চিন্তা এবং চেষ্টাও অব্যাহত রাখা অত্যন্ত জরুরি এই দেশের জন্য।
LGRD and Cooperatives Minister Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir, Religious Affairs Minister Qazi Shah Mufazzal Hussain Kaikobad, Prime Minister's Advisor for Public Administration Muhammad Ismail Zabiullah, Secretary of the Religious Affairs Ministry Munshi Alauddin Al-Assad, and Islamic scholars and other religious leaders spoke at the function. Imams, muezzins and priests working in religious institutions play an important role in society. However, even after many years since independence, there had been no government allowance system for them until now. In fulfilling its election promises and ensuring the economic security of marginalized communities, the government has been implementing various social protection programs rapidly since coming to power. As part of these efforts, the allowance program has finally been introduced. After the inauguration, those engaged in religious services expressed joy and optimism upon receiving the allowance for the first time. Through these allowance programs, imams, muezzins and priests working in mosque and other religious institutions across the country are receiving financial assistance. Many say this support will bring some relief to their livelihoods and further encourage them in carrying out their religious duties. Religious leaders hope that the current government will take new initiatives for the development of religious institutions as well. The first session of the 13th Jatiya সংসদ will continue until April 30. The decision was taken at the first meeting of the Business Advisory Committee held in the Cabinet Room of the Jatiya সংসদ Bhavan today, with Speaker Hafizuddin Ahmed Bir Bikram in the chair. Leader of the House and Prime Minister Tariq Rahman attended the meeting. Committee members, Opposition Leader Dr. Shafiqur Rahman, Dr. Khandakar Musharraf Hussain MP, Local Government, Rural Development and Cooperatives Minister Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir, Finance and Planning Minister Amir Khosrow Mahmood Chaudhry, Home Minister Salahuddin Ahmed, Chief Whip Muhammad Nurul Islam, Law Minister Muhammad Asduzzaman, ATM Azharul Islam MP, Opposition Chief Whip Muhammad Nahid Islam and Muhammad Naushad Zamir MP were also present at the meeting. Deputy Speaker Barrister Kaisar Kamal joined the meeting at the special invitation of the Speaker. The meeting discussed the allocation of time and the duration of the first session of the 13th Parliament to complete its business. It was decided that a total of 50 hours would be allocated for discussion on the President's address. The meeting finalized that the Parliament would sit every day at 3 p.m. except on government holidays after Eid. The committee authorized the Speaker to change the duration and timing of the session if necessary. A total of 468 questions were received for the session, including 8 for the Prime Minister and 460 for other ministers. Besides, 27 notices were submitted under Rule 71 for call attention notices. Secretary of the Parliament Secretariat Kanis Molla and concerned officials were present at the meeting. The meeting discussed the allocation of time for transacting the business of the first session of the 13th National Parliament and the duration of the session. A decision was taken to allocate a total of 50 hours for discussion on the President's speech. It was decided in the meeting that the session will commence daily at 3 p.m. excluding government holidays, and the first session of the 13th National Parliament will conclude on April 13th. The Speaker was empowered to make any changes regarding the timing of the session and working days if necessary. A total of 468 questions have been received for this session, including 8 for the Prime Minister and 464 other ministers. 27 notices have been received under Rule 71 for attention drawing motions, and 97 notices for resolution have been received. Information and Broadcasting Minister Johiruddin Chapon has said that the state, which had been used by the fascist governments against the people, is now being utilized by the BNP for the welfare of the countrymen. He made the remark this morning while distributing Eid gifts at a program in the capital's Dokhin Khan today. Mentioning that the previous fascist government had broken the social structure, the minister said that the BNP has set an example by quickly implementing welfare-oriented programs such as the family card and farmer card, fulfilling its election pledges. Johiruddin Chapon also said the BNP does not want to bring back a culture of vengeance. Justice will be ensured through legal processes and no crime will be allowed to go unpunished, he asserted. Prominent figures have emphasized on regularly remembering those who have contributed to the nation for national revival. In the discussion on the death anniversary of Moshir Rahman Jadumia, speakers called for raising awareness about history among the new generation. Moshir Rahman is one of the few prominent politicians who founded the BNP along with the martyred President Zia Rahman. The symbol of the BNP, the sheaf of paddy, became the party's emblem through the efforts of Jadumia from Maulana Bhashani's name. It gained immense popularity among the masses. Moshir Rahman Smriti Jatiya Committee organized a discussion marking his 47th anniversary. Speaking on the occasion, Information and Broadcasting Minister Johiruddin Chapon said that Moshir Rahman is one of the pioneers in building a democratic Bangladesh. Renowned educationist Mahbubullah spoke at the program. Jadumia's daughter Rita Rahman also spoke. A website named jadumia.com was launched at the program. Through the website, internet users will be able to know in detail about Moshir Rahman. Standard of the professionalism can't be enhanced if journalists' security and remuneration is not raised at a respectable level. Information and Broadcasting Minister Johiruddin Chapon said this at a post-iftar discussion meeting organized by News Broadcaster Alliance Society of Bangladesh (NBA) at a club at Bonani in the capital today. It is not a conventional profession, he said, adding that creativity needed to be included in it. The minister informed that the government will sincerely work to bring changes or reform wherever necessary under the existing structure. He mentioned that he has begun discussion with the media entrepreneurs in the private sector to increase facilities of the newsmen. Speaking as special guest, Health Minister Shakhawat Hussain Bokul said that there is a lot to learn from the writings of the journalists, and so most of their writings must be needed to be positive. Prime Minister's Press Secretary Abu Abdullah M. Saleh Shibli and former BGMEA President Farooq Hassan spoke, among others. Ahead of Eid al-Fitr, people have begun leaving the capital Dhaka to return to their hometowns. The official government holiday will begin on March 17, but many are already starting their journeys to avoid last-minute travel difficulties. In particular, many office employees are sending their family members to villages in advance so that they can spend Eid peacefully with their loved ones. From the morning, Komlapur railway station was bustling with passengers. To ensure passenger safety, law enforcement agencies have opened a special control room. Many travelers also said that compared to previous years, the overall travel situation has become somewhat more comfortable. However, there have been allegations that some bus counters are charging excessive fares. In this regard, Road and Bridges Minister Sheikh Robil Alam said that there is no scope for charging extra fares during Eid travel and strict legal action will be taken against anyone involved in such practices. Shopping at various markets and footpath shops in the capital has gained momentum ahead of the holy Eid al-Fitr. With only a few days remaining before the Eid festival, shoppers are gathering to markets to buy clothes and other essential items for their families. Some are searching for outfits for themselves, with others are visiting shop after shop looking for their preferred clothing for family members. Sellers are also happy as the growing number of customers has boosted business. Traders said sales have increased over the past few days, raising their hopes for better earnings during the Eid season. However, the increasing crowd has also caused some discomfort for shoppers. Despite the intense heat and traffic congestion, people continue their Eid shopping with enthusiasm as they prepare to celebrate the Eid festival. The fare chart must be displayed at ticket counters during Eid, and mobile courts will operate to ensure that unfit buses do not run on the roads, said Mohammad Sarar, Commissioner of the Dhaka Metropolitan Police. He made the remarks today at a meeting with public transport drivers and workers in Gaptoli bus terminal in the capital Dhaka. The DMP Commissioner said that a large number of police personnel, including members of the DB, SWAT and traffic police, will be deployed across the city and at bus terminals during Eid al-Fitr. To ensure smooth travel for passengers, truck and lorry movement will be suspended during the Eid journey period. He also emphasized that passengers must not be harassed under any circumstances. At the meeting, Additional Traffic Commissioner Anis Rahman said that if any vehicle charges more than the fare specified in the chart set by the Bangladesh Road Transport Authority, its route permit will be cancelled. Now, international news. United States President Donald Trump has said the country's military bombed military installations on Iran's Kursk Island, warning the area's critical oil facilities could be next if Iran continues to block the Strait of Hormuz. Iran in turn threatened to reduce US-linked oil facilities to a pile of ashes if oil structures on the island were attacked. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, has warned the United Arab Emirates that US facilities within its territory are legitimate targets after the Kursk Island attack. It urged UAE residents and population centers to evacuate ports, docks and US military areas to avoid being harmed. US Central Command spoke later in the day of what it described as a large-scale precision strike. State media outlet IRNA, citing a senior provincial official, said exports from the island were continued normally despite the US attack. Kursk Island is where more than 90% of Iran's oil is exported. Meanwhile, 2,500 more Marines and amphibious assault ships are being sent to the Middle East. Elements from the 31st Marine Expeditionary Unit and amphibious assault ship USS Tripoli have been ordered to the region. US-Israeli strikes have killed almost 1,450 people in Iran since this war started on February 28. An Israeli strike on a health center in southern Lebanon has killed 12 medical workers. The Lebanese